Okay, so this is a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, and I'm going to use it as an audio player with a function called Shairport. So this works with Apple devices that support AirPlay, which has been around for years and years. So I'm just going to provide power with this power bank to my Pi, because Pis are really efficient, and so these power banks will power it for ages. So my speakers are over 50 years old, 1968, and I've got an old Sony amp. So while that's starting up, if I drag down on my iPad, you can see I've got some music queued up. If I tap on the speaker, I'm basically waiting for it to show Dietpi, because I installed Shairport with Dietpi. It's a really easy way of doing it. So Dietpi has shown up now, so I can tap on that, and I can also change the volume straight with that tab. And then if I go to the music, that will start playing through the amp. And it works with all sorts of music apps, so that's just a royalty-free music track. But I've got a load of cloud music here, and if I was to start playing a track on that, that's about all I can play of that. And also if I go to one of my YouTube videos, we can just tap on it and start playing.
3 reasons why you should book it.
And it plays an advert. This is using Wi-Fi instead of Bluetooth, so there's less compression, and the sound quality is really good. So I'm just using an ordinary 3.5mm to phono cable going in the back of the amplifier, so a direct connection. You can get better audio boards for the Pi, although the 3.5mm jack is actually pretty decent. They do some better ones which I've reviewed in the past. So let's show you how I set it up. First up, I've got a 16 gig SD card, which I'm going to pop into my Pi 5. You can use anything to set this up. I'm using my version of KDE Plasma. So we'll go to the Dietpi website, and we're going to download. And we're going to pick the Pi that we're going to use. So here we've got 2, 3 and 4. And mine's a Pi 3B. And then download the first image here. It's 170 megabytes, not very big. Now we can launch Raspberry Pi Imager, choose OS, and use custom. And you can see I've got 2 copies of it now. So this is the one, and open, choose storage. I don't know why it says 2 terabyte, but it is 16 gig. I must have named it that for some reason. And no, and yes. Put your password in, and super quick to verify because it's such a small file. There we go. So we can close this down and shut down the Pi. And we can switch everything over to the Pi 3B. So SD card in, we're going to need internet for this bit. Full size HDMI. I've got a little, I love these, a little micro USB to USB-C adapter. I use them all the time. And then I can pop the USB-C in there, and that'll boot up Dietpi for the first time. Okay, so you may want to make note of your IP address just in case you need to SSH in this Pi if you're using it headless, so without a display. And as you can see, username is root and the password is Dietpi. So we're going to log in with root and Dietpi, and pick all your regional settings. And for security reasons, it wants you to change the password. So put in a new password and confirm, and a new default password as well. So I'm not going to disable anything. Then we can go into browse software, and as you'll see, there's loads and loads of stuff on here. So we've got some desktop environments because we haven't got a desktop environment on this, but I'm not going to install one for Shairport because it will use more power and there's no need for it. I want all the resources to go to the device. So you can see here, Shairport sync, AirPlay, audio player with multi-room sync. So hit space, press tab, and then enter to confirm, and then drop down to install, and it's just confirming, so I'll say OK. And you can see here it offers AirPlay 2 support. So I enabled it on the one you saw at the start of the video, and it seemed to work with everything. But as it says here, it causes a higher CPU load and more disk space. Well, disk space isn't an issue even on this 16 gig card. And you can also switch it later. but I'm going to say AirPlay 1 this time and see what happens. So I'm happy to opt into this. So now you can see there's a few things here: Dietpi launcher, config, software, HTOP and CPU. If we do HTOP, it will just show you what's running at the moment. And if I do Control C, that'll put us back to the command prompt. So if I do dietpi-config, because for audio options, I need it to be the 3.5mm connector. So you can see here, onboard 3.5mm output. You can have it on HDMI if you want, if you're going through a monitor or a TV. So onboard 3.5 output. And then back. Now I need to use Wi-Fi really. So I'm gonna unplug my Ethernet cable and go down to network options. Onboard Wi-Fi on. Then we need to click on Wi-Fi and OK. So now we need to pick scan and configure and hit enter on any of these and scan. And that's picked up my network. And my security is the default one, WPA PSK. And then you just put your password in and hit OK. And done. So now if we go back and back again, I need auto start options. And I do automatic login. And we don't need root, we'll do it as Dietpi. So now if I exit this and reboot, and this is what happens after a restart. So because I've got a monitor in, obviously I can see what's going on. But if I didn't have a monitor in, it would still be in this state. So then when you go to your AirPlay options, and you can see I've got Dietpi on here, an iPad speaker. So we go Dietpi, change the volume on that, and then we're going to play a little bit of the track. So it's all working. And if I go back into something I can play a bit more of because it's royalty free. There you go. I've got it going through a little Bose speaker at the moment. Same principle though, just with a 3.5mm jack. And on Android there's an app called Air Music, and you can see Dietpi is selected. So now if I go into a music player, it works. It's not as seamless as Apple, but it's nice to see it working on an Android device as well. Okay, so I hope all this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.